Wakey, wakey.
Welcome back to I'll Make a Stay Out of You, the podcast where I, Phil, show lots of Stray Kids shit to my friend Tom. He's a cool guy, right? Tom, how the fuck are you doing?
What is with this energy?
Dude, I don't know.
This is different from
every time is different, and I didn't know what to do, so I just went for it and just, I just thought, like, what if I was belligerent right off the top?
I
like,
guess so.
It seems like everybody else has been to you today, so like, why not me?
I mean, this is it has like slowly been building. I think Rogue is really to blame here because we had a very chill, environment until Rogue arrived, and then it was just bully Tom from then on, and everyone seems to be just jumping on this bandwagon, and it's Rogue's fault. Everyone blame Rogue or thank her, whatever.
Whatever makes you feel good. Yeah.
So, I don't mind. It's fine.
Sure.
Hyunjin is well, he's not my favorite member, but I like that he has a history of bullying, and so bullying, is just like it's what I'm into.
He fucking doesn't. Stay is not in the goddamn mood to hear people talk about Hyunjin's scandal, okay? This is not the time. He is a saint.
Did something happen recently?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about that? Because chat was like, there were some issues apparently that
Jeanette and I talked about it on the bonus episode that you can't listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you this: there was an article written in Billboard magazine that was bad and should feel bad and can go fuck itself, because like it basically said like, hey, this guy's a member. Also, did you know he bullied people? Anyway, moving on. And it's like, motherfucker, like, get the fuck out of here. And it also like talked about the member who left, and it's like he had nothing to do with their success, so get the fuck out of here. And so like everybody was mad. We're all still mad. So that's what everyone was talking about the other day. If you want more detail, then after this episode, when this is released, there will already be a bonus episode out from me and Jeanette, and we talk about it pretty in depth in there. So, yeah.
Oh, you're speaking to the audience when you say if you want more. No,
correct.
I can't. I'm not allowed.
You can't.
Yet.
Yeah, you won't be allowed, because we talk about stuff that's like current comeback stuff in that.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be able to do that until like
there's a current comeback. I knew that actually.
Yeah, you knew that already.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't accidentally let that slip. Don't worry. Like that was intentional. You knew that there was already one. It wasn't an accident, so we're fine. It's fine. Anyway, so tonight we watched the final 2 episodes of Howl in Harmony, the Skiz song camp. We kind of went a little out of order. We went all over the place today because the 4th episode was them talking about the songs and discussing what they wanted to do with the music videos, and then the 5th episode was them like doing the behind the scenes of the music videos, which is great. But everybody was like, no, we got to watch the music videos in between, right? So you got to see them. You got to see the chaos when they all met up. That was insane. A lot of chaos right off the bat.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna probably be talking about tonight. However, we should if we're gonna talk about things that are not related to Stray Kids, I feel like it should be right at the top.
Should
right?
we drop some coins in the bucket already?
Now, this is not that off topic, but like I literally was just, when I was getting my tea in the kitchen, I was telling Jeanette, like, I have something I need to talk about that it's not so off topic, because it is on the topic of one of the sexier of the 3 sexy performances we watched tonight, and that is somebody in our Discord server had sent a TikTok that used a Stray Kids song, and I think it was Drive. They like slowed down Drive and then set it to like a BL drama, and so I watched it, and I was like, okay, so like I know that that South Korea and Japan are both very conservative, right? Still. And I watched and I've watched some like BL anime and stuff, but like, they're like, ooh, we touched hands.
What
Isn't
is
this sweet?
BL? What is this?
Oh, boy love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Right.
Yeah, two boys in love, just loving
yeah.
each other. Yes, gay stuff.
Right.
The
stuff that Anna's into.
Right. And so like, it's just two bros, touching hands and looking deep into each other's eyes and stuff. That's what I'm used to seeing in like anime and stuff, right? So like when I watch, and there's usually like implied other things and maybe a kiss at near the end of the show, right? When I tell you that like this clip from this show had two men taking their shirts off and fully making out, I was shocked to my core, and I was like, I had no idea it got this like hard and heavy. I was like, Jesus, I need to watch some BL apparently. What the hell?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. It was crazy. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
I didn't expect this. It was wild. Yeah, does anybody know what that one was called from that clip that was sent earlier? Anybody?
That's interesting. And it was set to Drive.
Love in the Air. Yeah, Love in the Air. Yeah.
Love in the air, or Love is in the air?
Love is in the air. I see. Yeah. Maybe I'll watch that one, because that was, I mean, it was hot. All right.
It
like,
was
I
hot.
like, it was. They were really going for it. And like, I'm so used to like stuff just being like, we touched hands by accident. This is great. Isn't this a hot boy love? Like, I don't know. It's so funny. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Wasn't expecting it. Was not expecting it. So, yeah, Love is in the Air. And we'll check it out later. I don't know.
I won't, but you have at it.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't. I mean,
you don't want to see guys making out?
Look, I've been rewatching Game of Thrones because we are also watching House of Dragons. So like I've been seeing a lot of guys making out lately.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, just not my. Also, it's an anime, I'm assuming, right? You're saying it's
No, this was live action.
Oh, real
yeah.
BL.
Yeah, that's why I'm like shook.
Oh.
I was not expecting it from what I'm used to seeing. So like it was
Flesh
on.
Boys.
Yeah, it was yeah.
All right, so Jeanette, look, it's not I am not over Game of Thrones. I was for a time, and then they started, airing House of Dragons, and I was like, okay, I'm going to watch House of Dragons. And as we started watching House of Dragons, I was like, ooh, you know what? I'm going to go back and watch Game of Thrones. And it's not, yeah, like the boys were the ones that were just like all about it in every single performance. And it's like, why make every single performance, tie into Game of Thrones somehow? I'm just watching a show, okay? I'm just relaxing, watching a show. I'm not apologizing for anything. And frankly, it's actually pretty interesting rewatching Game of Thrones while also watching House of Dragons, because there are like several references. There's several like discussions or just like one-off things that happen like referencing the characters from House of Dragons in Game of Thrones that you would like otherwise not notice, like you watch the show and like it gives you a little bit of history and whatnot. But if you're watching House of Dragons also, or if you've started watching House of Dragons and you go back and you watch those scenes, you're like, oh man, I can't believe they talked about this stuff. It's not really spoilers because House of Dragons is, in the past, but still it's like kind of I'm spoiling myself listening or watching like rewatching these scenes that I've already seen. I'm like spoiling House of Dragons for myself by rewatching Game of Thrones, but it's interesting. It's fun. I'm already on season 5, I think. So. I'm like
a bad fan of things, right? Because there's like a lot of these like the Lord of the Rings show is out, and so people are like, "What are you watching? Are you watching the Game of Thrones show, or are you watching the Lord of the Rings show?" And I'm like, we just got caught up on the challenge. So that's cool.
Yeah. Well, we're watching both. We watched
and we are keeping up with Welcome to Wrexham, so that's been awesome. I've really loved that, and that is a currently airing show, so I kind of feel, and that's made by a stay, so I think it counts. It's related. It's excellent, and the most recent episode we haven't watched yet, but it's like an hour long, and I can't wait. It's really good. Love it. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I was shook by some BL, and it was pretty interesting. So maybe we'll make Tom watch that TikTok later. If somebody, wants to post that again, we'll watch it. Sure. But we'll wait until after we're done. For now, what we're talking about is Stray Kids Howl in Harmony episode 4, where they all meet together and get to listen to each other's songs. Started off with a ton of chaos. Love that chaos. I felt like it was so much more controlled when they had split into groups, and then they get together and suddenly there's just why is Felix sitting in the middle? He's not sitting with his group. Lino and Changbin were the last to arrive, and they were just like, oh yeah, they were busy, they couldn't be here today, and they were there. Like just chaos from the first moment. It was great. Love that about that. They all decided to do sexy concepts.
Okay. Did they?
That's what they said.
One of them did.
No, they all did. They all did sexy.
Okay.
They said it, so it's true. Yeah. Okay. We had desperate sexy, breakup sexy, topic sexy, cool sexy, summer song sexy, obsession sexy, pool sexy. Yeah, sexy breakup. Yeah. Sexy listening.
A lot of sexy happened in their minds. However,
yes.
Visually, I would say only one of them was actually what sexy in a way.
We were watching 2 different Surfin music videos then. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Did you see Lino squatting on that dinosaur? Yeah, it was fun. I love it. It's at the very beginning of Howling in Harmony 4. There's a really good fake Lino laugh. I'm gonna have to pull that. I'm gonna have to get that clip and put it in my back pocket as a sound effect to play as canned laughter, because it was so good. Nice. I loved it. Yeah. So that's gonna be awesome.
Canned
I have to remember
laughter.
To actually do. Yeah. So see, we're gonna make a joke, and I'm gonna make Lino.
Oh,
you wanna add it to your to your Twitch channel?
Yeah. I'll put it.
I'll send it to you.
I'll put it on my sound elements or whatever that thing is called.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give you all kinds of stuff.
Honestly, yeah, we should build a nice collection of Skiz sound effects to put on there, and then I could make some real money, if I charged bits for those.
Yeah. Do you think you could make a bit alert that turns the lights in your room red and then plays red lights for a line?
If I got some new lights, yeah, I could totally do that.
Just thinking outside the box here,
Okay.
Just
all right.
Just saying.
Yeah, I will. I'll look into these Twitch integrated light stuff to put in my office. Yeah.
I see these weird. Have you ever when you're flipping through TikTok, do you ever see these weird live channels where it's just I'm sleeping, play things, use different emotes that cost money, and it will play different sounds.
Yeah.
So fucking weird. It's really strange.
People do that on Twitch too. One time, I was just clicking through, and I found one. I don't understand how okay. I do understand. It's thirst, right? I mean, like that's
Right.
that's really what it got. There's this one streamer that had like thousands of viewers, and it was one of these like play different alerts to keep me up, and like one of the people in chat was like, oh, you look sad, are you sad? And she's just like, yeah, I'm very sad. Yeah, I'm very sad. And I'm like, what do you have to be sad about? People are like just throwing money at you to be awake, you know. Like, shut up, you know.
I gotta tell you, I've actually watched something on VLive, or not VLive, on TikTok once, like a actual live, for maybe a couple minutes, and every other time I've watched something on a live stream on TikTok, it's because I tried to swipe away, but I tapped too hard, and it was just like, oh, you're watching this now, and then I try and swipe, and it swipes automatically to another live stream instead of to another video, and I'm like, God damn it!
Yeah,
you got to click the X and then swipe. This is stupid. You did this on purpose. I hate it.
I did come across, there's some other ones, like, okay, so there's the ones where you can donate to like play sound effects to keep them up or whatever. There's also this one where you donate or like you send, I don't know how TikTok does it, but there's like different images, and the different images cost different amounts or whatever.
Right.
And so I've seen these live TikToks where someone has to like tap for every like coin equivalent that they're donated. And then it was like this kid, and he's just like, oh my God, stop. Every time someone would donate one, because he has to keep tapping, like the number would go into the negative, and I guess like the objective is to get it back to zero. And he's just like, oh my, like just whining, you know, about it every single time. I don't understand that either. Is it just like people are donating to take pleasure in hearing this kid whine about having to push a button that he's voluntarily doing?
They're just torturing him. That's you know,
torturing him.
I mean, they're not
by
really
giving him money.
they're not
like,
really.
He wants
it's
to
pretend.
I don't understand. I'm just like watching it for a little bit. I'm like, why? What is going on? Why do people want to do this? And second, like, I don't know. Like, I get, like, he's fucking making money, you know, doing nothing, just pushing a button on an iPad, you know. But it's the viewers that I don't understand. Like, why are you doing? He's so annoying. The voice is so. He was just like, oh my God, stop! And I'm just, it's so fucking cringe. For the memes, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so let's talk about the different songs that they produced.
Let's talk about Stray Kids.
Yeah, Bangchan and Hyunjin, they made a song which at this point they're calling Strong Beat. So interesting. They changed the name two more times. So, and I think Strong Beat was the name of the actual audio file, like the backing track. And that's probably why they were calling it that at this point. But they decided to go, as with everyone else, with a sexy concept.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to have a sexy concept about compulsion and obsession. What'd you think of that concept,
I think
Tom?
this was the only one that could be considered sexy, in my opinion. And
well, that's just like your opinion, man.
It is just like my opinion, man. Yes, but it's also, I don't remember what I said last episode, because we only got like little snippets of the audio that they were going to use, right? And I'm pretty sure.
You just said, I don't know, sounds good, but yeah.
Well,
you said you thought that this was going to be the best one.
Oh, did I? Okay. Well, I was right, because this is the one that I enjoyed the most. No, I mean, for real though, like I liked this song the best out of all of them. Although, you know, Surfin is like it's like a good feel good song, and like it's definitely very enjoyable to listen to. But as far as like I don't know, just the sound of this one I liked the most, and I probably listened to more than Surfin. You know,
I think out of the 3, I have listened to Red Lights more than the other 2. That doesn't mean I don't like the other 2.
Right.
I think the other 2 are incredible, but like this one stands above the rest as just like, and it's also like a concept that like they haven't really done before. You know, they'll be doing a different concept and then lift their shirt and show abs, but they haven't actually done like straight up sexy in your face other than Drive. You know, but
you're gonna have to cut this. I have to sneeze. Okay, I'm good to go.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good sneeze. What a dad sneeze. He doesn't have kids. He's not me. Right?
Yeah.
He's an old man, though. He's in his 30s. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I'm in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sneezes scare the cat. It's true. When I inhale to sneeze, the cat runs away.
It knows what's coming.
And there's been several times where I like start to sneeze and he's on my lap and he tries to run away, so he digs his nails into my lap and I go, ah, and then I don't sneeze. He stops it.
He's like, make it stop.
I think he's actually finally gotten used to it because there's been many sneezes just as powerful that he has not run away from. So, you know, Oni, I'm sorry, but I'm glad that you're comfortable with it now, I guess. Yeah, but not that he's ever going to listen to this, but okay, I'll leave that in.
Wait, your cat isn't going to listen to the podcast?
No, because then I'd have to play it for the kids and
He's
I'd
not a
have to
true
hide all the
stay.
swears. Oh, he's listening right now. Never mind. Jeanette has him. So, all right. So, Oni.
Hi, Oni.
Oni.
All right. Anyway.
Did he look? Did he look? I need to know if he looked.
Did he look?
Did he look? Damn it! Fucking cat. You don't know shit. Anyway. So, yeah, I thought it was an interesting discussion. I loved everyone's kind of reactions when listening to this the sexy song, especially Han. I mean, like Han obviously was a big standout from the very beginning because he did the DJ Khaled joke, which another one, which was awesome. I mean, like they're as with any time you get OT8 together, like it's just chaos, absolute chaos. Like it's hard to keep up with how many jokes are flying across because everybody's like when you're hanging out with your group of friends, like the jokes keep bouncing off each other.
Right,
it's really great. But yeah, it's
like when we get all these stray boos in chat, the harassment, the Tom bullying never stops. It's ceaseless, and it's Rogue's fault.
But Han kept he would just find the sexy lines and say those and be like, oh, desperate, oh, like every time.
Yeah.
Oh, hold me tight. Why tight? Yeah.
tight.
Oh, deeper.
지금 섹시 단어 골라서
Oh, control.
내가 뭐라
Oh,
생각하겠어.
go crazy.
Yeah, so it was really good.
I gotta be honest. You know, I don't remember my current stand. I mean, obviously, like Changbin number 1, Bangchan number 2.
Right.
Number 3. As far as number 3 goes, I don't remember who's there. But if I had to put somebody there, I think it'd be Han right now. He's really he's climbing. He's climbing up.
He is a talented man.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. He's a good guy,
Yeah.
you know. But look, and he's funny. Like that's things that he's funny. Like he's so funny.
Yeah, he's funny. I
especially
love
in
his
these
little
settings.
like just his random one-off English. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah. I don't know, but 3 Racha bias. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you are at this point.
Apparently.
I mean, Bangchan, Lino, well, not Lino. That's
Lino.
that's Jeanette. Sorry, Jeanette is like it's like Lino and then Bangchan. Like, and sometimes Bangchan's like vying for that number 1 spot. Like, yeah.
all the rappers, which is interesting. Who would have thought?
Because you're not a rap guy.
I'm not a rap
We've talked
guy.
about this. You're not a rap guy.
I'm not a rap guy. It's very interesting.
But you love the rappers.
But I love the rappers. Because they're funny and good and cool. But you know, this is getting okay. This isn't off Stray Kids topic, but it is off topic as far as what we watched today. But I keep thinking back to like what are the reasons why someone would be in 8th place? And it's not because I dislike them. It's purely because, you know, and Jesse's going to make fun of me like she did the first time that I did these rankings. It's only because other people are better, you know, or like more interesting at the time, you know?
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Like nobody's in 8th place because they suck.
Right.
That's just how rankings work. I like people more at the time, which causes someone to be an 8th.
Yeah, I just think with Stray Kids, it's so hard for me because like there are times where it was like I felt like it was easy because like I was like, oh well, you know, like IN, he's the youngest, and like, you know, so his stuff, you know, he's just younger, and so, you know, he doesn't catch my eye, doesn't make me go like, oh, like I love, but like now, even like where we're watching, I'm like he's been like working out. He's gotten like bigger arms. He's singing better. Like everything about him, like they're all like working hard to be their best selves, and like they just slowly get inch like closer together. So like that, like the distribution, even though they're 1 through 8, but the distribution is so tight, so close together. Yeah, it's really interesting to see how that works. It's pretty bizarre. So yeah.
Now here's an interesting thought. So you know, like say you are a parent and you have 2 children.
I don't know anyone like that.
And you and somebody asked you which one is your favorite. Like you can't say one or the other, right? You have to say I don't have a favorite. I love them both equally, or I like them both equally, right?
No, you say whichever one is less annoying right now.
Do you have a favorite?
No.
Are you a bad parent for having a favorite? And
yes.
So is it wrong of me to not be OT8 or not be, you know, 1, 2, 3 and everyone else is 4 or anything like that? I mean, like, does that make me horrible, or should everyone be top spot?
What here is the line, okay? You may not be a solo stan. Other than that, I think you're fine.
You mean if I say like Chongbean's the best, everyone else sucks?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
It's like I don't like Stray Kids, but I like Hyunjin.
Okay.
Fuck those people.
Woojin's my favorite, to be honest.
I mean, he, you know, he at one time.
Sorry, what I should say is W****Jin. Can we cut that? All of Stay is up in arms now.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
You didn't mean
it's just a joke. It's just a joke. Calm down. Chill. Chill.
Yeah, no, it's
yeah. Yeah, can you censor that? Can you add a little do a little bleep when I say that? Like leave it in, but like but make it a bleep. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look, don't worry. I'll get creative.
There are no retakes here, okay? Everything is done like. Remember, I linked this earlier, right? Wasn't it earlier today, I think?
Yeah, you did.
Where I linked the Bill O'Reilly clip, you know? Everything's live. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, I fix a lot of things in post. Like, and then last episode that we recorded, you were like, "Phil better not delete this," and I deleted you saying "not," so it now says, "Phil better delete this."
But wait, did you leave in the thing that I wanted you to leave in?
No, I deleted it.
Oh my god!
So
I can't even.
So
I'll
it
never
literally
know.
goes.
I'll never
Yeah, I
know
know.
either.
It just goes like from one subject to you saying, "Phil, cut this out." Phil, better cut this out, and then we just continue on.
Wait, are you talking about the when we're talking about Logan?
No,
Oh, is this okay? Because
this is the last episode we recorded, not the last one we released.
right. I was listening
Yeah.
back to that one, and the cut is so abrupt. It makes no sense.
I love it. No, it's so perfect. That's exactly the way I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be so obvious that it was like not even like a sound clip is inserted. I just wanted it to be like anyway. Like,
Yeah.
it's so good. Oh, anyway, I don't know how long we can talk about our own podcast podcasts. Yeah.
Let me make a plug real quick, just for
Sure.
if no one had heard of this before, if you like K-pop and you're interested in the K-pop group Stray Kids, did you know there's actually a podcast dedicated to Stray Kids and a lot of off-topic stuff, like a lot of off-topic stuff. But
I
it's
like
called,
Stray Kids.
Yeah, it's called "I'll Make a Stay Out of You," and
Sounds good.
There's this guy, and his name is Philip, and he talks to his friend
That's
Thomas
my name.
about
What's your name?
Stray Kids, and you can find all their links at makestay.com.
That's a website.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna take that and then I'm gonna put that as a new pinned TikTok.
Great.
Anyway, sorry everybody. Yeah. So let's talk about the actual music video. Like we can talk about them as we go. I don't want to. We're already talking about what became Gang Back and then became Red Lights. So let's talk about Red Lights. What'd you think of the music video? What'd you think of the song? What'd you think about the everything?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, everything was good. So one thing that I did want to talk about that relates to all three of them, right? Because what we did tonight was we experimented with how I should consume the music videos or the music in general, which is do I need lyrics? Do I need English lyrics to understand what's happening, or can I just watch the music video and get it? And I think sometimes I feel like I can't. Sometimes I feel like I do need the lyrics. But in all three of these videos, I feel like I didn't need the lyrics at all. I understood when we went back, because what we did initially was we just watched the music videos. No lyrics, and then we watched the music videos with lyrics so that I could read all of the everything in English.
Yeah,
and I feel like it didn't change anything for me. In fact, it took something away because I had to read the lyrics instead of watching the music video. But so I don't know for future videos. I don't know, but at least for these three, because we watched them initially without lyrics, I was able to figure it out. Like I knew what was going on in all three videos without lyrical context.
Yeah, I mean these were very obvious concepts. Right, so there's that. And then of course when you have Felix just singing in English the whole time, that helps. That helps a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a benefit. I think the concepts were fairly straightforward. But although I will say, like, some of the innuendo, specifically in Red Lights, might be lost, because if you're watching just the video, no lyrics, then it looks like the sexy video that it is,
right, and
not a metaphor for like being a workaholic, whereas like, otherwise he's saying he wants to set the mic up and work all night, and that he's fallen into the trap again because it's his obsession pulling him back in. And so like And the thing about, like we've talked about with Stray Kids songs, like they write their lyrics, they make their songs like to be able to apply to multiple scenarios. Like, you know, Drive is about driving, but
Right.
some people think it's about something else, right? So
It's not.
same kind of deal.
It's just about driving.
Right, definitely, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, it's the sexy video. It's definitely like the video where like you go to like somebody who's new to reacting on YouTube, and they're just like, oh yeah, I like this, you know, God's Menu. This is pretty good. Give me other suggestions. And people are like, red lights. Watch red lights. I want to see you react to red lights. And then you're just like, oh, they did it. And then you watch it, and it's always good. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You know, it's this is, you know, a lot of chains. I just the way that it's acted, and the choreo as they're like mirror images of each other, like
Yeah.
it's like beautiful. Can we the little bit of rasp that Hyunjin puts when he does his part where he's like, "Go," you know what I'm talking about?
The vocal fry.
The vocal fry. There you go. Woo! Yeah. The lift when Chan lifts up Hyunjin, and then he does like the hand walk thing, and then it's all like beautiful. I feel like it's just it's perfect. It's a perfect music video. I love it to pieces. I've watched it like 100 times or more.
Yeah.
Like it is so good. It is so good.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. You know what? The one thing that I feel like gets missed pretty often is at the very end, there's like, they only use it for one shot, but they are shibari tied to each other, with their arms are tied to each other with these shibari ties, and nobody ever talks about it. And they like, it's like one of them like lowers their head while the other one lifts up their head, and so they're like still mirror images of each other, but they're like tied together.
Yeah.
And I just think it's like so fast that I feel like it gets missed. Like you just don't see it. But like, my goodness, like even just that little scene is great. There's like lots of very suggestive parts, like when they're standing over each other while the other one's chained up in bed, and like the way that they like have their hands placed and leaning forward just a little bit. People are like, and myself included, I'm like, excuse me, sirs, what do you think you're doing?
Mm-hmm. I feel like they do that pretty often though, where they have these split second or very short like important pieces that are telling a little bit more of the story, like in all their music videos, that it takes a keen eye to see, you know.
Yeah.
But if you notice everything, you can piece it all together, and it like is this full cohesive story. But you can just get so it has some Stray Kids lore and stuff in it too. I mean, we talked about that a lot in Kingdom, especially with their with all of their videos and like references to stuff. But it also doesn't need it. You know, like you could watch that entire music video and not notice it, and it would still do everything else for you, you know. But it is nice to have those little things that you can look out for.
Hyunjin struggling in the bed against the chains also. Just want and in the hallway.
There's a lot going on in this music video.
Look, if you look right now, somebody's posted, you can see the shibari tie on their arms as it. It's beautiful, and it's like, I don't know, it's like chaotic and I don't know, chaotic and very sexy. Bangchan rolls his eyes back at the very end as Hyunjin's putting his hand around his neck. It's just it's like it's.
Are we gonna dissect every single frame of this music video?
The thing is that this video deserves it.
Right, yeah.
It deserves to be dissected because it's so hot.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then the song itself is just good and a banger. Like, you could video be damned, just listen to the song and it's good.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't know. It's It's just crazy. They did
Ooh.
such a good job.
You know that. So now so we did one experiment tonight where we watched without lyrics and then watched with lyrics. I wonder, should we do another experiment where I just listen? I don't watch anything. I just listen with my eyes closed and then watch without lyrics and then watch with lyrics. How far down this rabbit hole can we go?
But how would we do that? Like, I'm trying to think about it because I'm like, but okay, the reason why we got to experiment with it tonight was because we only had 3 songs. But the next thing we're listening to is the new album.
Is a whole album.
We kept seeing, like, at the end of each of these videos, it was like, hey, here's the teaser trailer for that next album. And I'm like, motherfucker, like, we're trying to go in order here. Yeah. I know it was out, but, like, I'm already planning. I checked the schedule. We're watching it on our next episode. So, like, we're gonna watch it. I just didn't want to watch it tonight because I want to focus on these 3 songs that they made during song camp. I didn't want to get distracted. So, like, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm trying to get, you know. So, yeah. So, you know, the spoilers for next week. We're watching the trailer and we're watching the Kingdom behind the scenes from Kingdom Week. So that's what we're gonna do.
All right.
But yeah, it's good. Red lights. So now that we talked about the one that we like the best, shall we move on to the other concepts that they went with?
Yeah.
Let's talk about. Oh man, what do I want to do?
Let's just move on. I think Surfin is a good middle ground, right?
Okay, all right, Surfin it is. I wasn't sure because Gone Away is so sad that I'm like, do we want to end on a sad vibe?
Sure, yeah. All right, we'll go in the opposite direction and end on happy. Surfing.
Gone Away is the Forever Alone song about sad boys who don't talk to girls. This is one where I feel like the vibe and the lyrics are a little bit different, right? Because you would think that this is the Forever Alone, They Don't Talk to Girls and Fell in Love on Their Own song if you just watched the video without the lyrics. But in the lyrics, it talks about the memories that they had shared together and the time they'd spent together, like implying that they did hang out and talk.
Okay, but could it be that they have, like these memories that they're referring to
their interpretation?
Is just a fantasy, right? Is like the fantasy of what could have been if they had ever taken a step or not gotten rejected or whatever the case may have been.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly possible. I mean, again, everything's it's a nice interpretation. So, but yeah, it's just a little, it's just funny, and not funny, but like, it's like a love story about heartbreak, but about like somebody who like never told the girl he liked her at all, and then is just suffering alone and trying to let her go because she's already dating someone else before he was able to make a move. So it's just like, oh, okay, well, I just get to be sad now.
What is worse heartbreak? Never admitting your feelings and having to move on anyway, or admitting your feelings, getting rejected, and then having to move on?
Never admitting your feelings.
You think so?
I would think. Yeah, I think so. No, because at least if you get rejected,
you
there's
have closure. Right. Okay.
Right.
I see.
You're not just gonna dwell on it forever and be like
wondering what if.
That's just what happens, and and I'll never know what happened, what could have happened, Yeah. So it's interesting. I don't know. It's like, okay, all right, I get it. Yeah. I think a lot of it is, there's like a culture of confession. I mean, like my understanding of it, of course, comes from a lot of Japanese media because that's what I did. It was like since I was a kid, like that's the kind of media that I've been following. Like, as much as I love Stray Kids, and I've been doing nothing but Stray Kids for the last like 2 years, 2.5 years. Everything before that was just all Japanese content for me.
Right.
So like I could be wrong, but like they all have the similar kind of school experience is similar. At least that's my interpretation from what we've seen thus far.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting to see, because like there's like a culture of like confessing, where you kind of hide your feelings until like you just like have to like one-on-one be like, hey, I like you. Whereas like I feel like here people will just like hang, you know what I mean? Like there's less of a I know that there's still going to be opportunities where like somebody may not like, I know that this is like a thing that still happens here, but I don't know. I feel like the expectation almost, and maybe that's just influenced by popular culture and not what actually happens. But like, I feel like the expectation in Korea is that there's like a big event. You know, you make a production to confess your feelings. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's like a proposal, but for dating.
Dating.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, so I think both are okay. In fact, I've done both, right? Where it's just like I've confessed my feelings for somebody to them, you know, just like, but it never like how to word this, like I think like in a way where in this way, in the music video anyway, it kind of seems like this person has no idea who they are, right? You know,
Yeah.
And then they're just like, I think it would be very awkward if you were admiring this person and falling in love with this person from a distance, and then like one day you go up and you're like, by the way, I'm in love with you. You know, like that's very awkward. For both parties. But yeah, I get that they were classmates, but just because you're like classmates with somebody doesn't mean that you know them on a personal level. But like confessing to somebody that you are already friends with, like you've interacted with them, you've hung out with them, you know, and then you've grown to have romantic feelings toward them, I think is totally fine for you to then just say like, you know what, I like you in like a romantic way. And it doesn't have to, but I also think that the best way to enter into a romantic relationship is for it to just kind of like happen, you know?
Yeah.
Without any significant confession or anything.
Yeah. Although there's sometimes people are waiting for that to happen and then it doesn't happen.
Right.
Because nobody makes a move. And
so you gotta kind of pick you gotta figure it out. I don't know. You just feel it out and you do what you think is best. And sometimes you fail, and that's okay. But
yeah, it sucks. It sucks because like I've seen a few people, I feel like not in our Discord, but in a different Discord, like they have like a chat that's just about like talking about their like current mental health or whatever. And I've seen like some people complaining because they're like did like big confession type things for like a friend who's a girl and they liked and did not go well. They got rejected.
Right.
And they just wanted to be friends. And I feel bad for them because they got rejected. But I'm also like, every time you have a friend who's a girl, like does not mean you have to try and date that person.
Yeah.
So like, can you please like stop doing that? Because it's not like, it's not the first time that this person has posted that like, they tried to like date somebody that was a friend and they, got turned down. And I'm like, stop it, just be their friend. Like if romantic feelings like start between you, then it'll come naturally. Like, cause like one of the people said that like they did like a bit, they like took them out, they had like, took them to like this nice bridge with like a view and stuff, and then like confessed that they like wanted to be romantically involved with them or whatever, and then they were just like, nah, I just want to be friends. And I was like, Jesus, how awkward. Like fuck me, like that must be awful. Like ugh.
For the girl,
for everyone,
because
like he put all this effort in when there was no romance between them, and then she is just like, I'm just hanging out with my good guy friend. This is so great that I get to have guy friends. And then he's just like, so anyway, I love you, and can we please date? And then she's like, no, and then I don't know. I see like both sides of it, and I just like, I see this kind of shit. I see these posts, and I just go, God damn, I am so glad I'm married.
So I think I think the important factor there, right, that it probably is difficult for incels to figure out,
right,
is that if you suddenly or over time develop romantic feelings to one of your friends, or for one of your friends, you should understand that there is the potential that you're gonna get rejected, and it's okay to try, you know.
Sure.
But if you actually ever truly felt non-romantic interest towards that person as a friend, like platonically, you know,
right,
then getting rejected should not dissuade you from continuing to be their friend. You know?
Yeah. Although it would be awkward for a while.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I also feel like if you're a girl who has had more than one experience, let's say within a year or 6 months of having like a new guy friend who then eventually is like, oh, anyway, I have feelings for you. That's got to drive you crazy. Like, oh my God, fucking shit. Like, could you please? Anyway, I don't know. It's just, I can't imagine. So it's got to be tough. It's got to be really tough to be out there trying to date people. It's just, oof. Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah.
You know who won't reject you? Stray kids. Take your Delulu pills and follow these boys to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
Get your tickets, ladies. Yeah, it's you know, and it's true. Like as far as parasocial relationships go, you know, they will.
I felt like this song, the video. It's like, it's a good song, I guess. Everyone seems to think that it's sad. I think it's sad in a different kind of way. I don't think it's sad like in that I feel sympathy for the character. I think it's sad in that what they're doing is sad, and they should stop.
Right. Well, I mean, like, in a lot of ways, that is like the idea of the song, of them saying, like, you know, that they did this and now have to suffer alone. Like, they're suffering the consequences of their own inaction. So it's yeah. Not, I mean, there was 3 of them. There was some speculation, I feel like, when it was released, that maybe they were all the same character but being played by 3 different people. But then, like, at the end of the camp scene, they're all there together next to each other. So they're not like swapping place, you know? So I feel like they were all different people. So, like, even if they all 3 confessed, well, she can't date all of them unless they're in like a polycule.
I mean, they could, you know.
They could.
That's
You're
not
right.
totally outside of the question.
In Korea, I don't know.
Oh yeah, sure. In Korea, I don't know Korean culture like that. I mean, I think most cultures aren't like that.
True.
Not that it's wrong.
Right. No. Right. But yeah. No. I know. Yeah. I understand what you mean, that like this could be like, you could consider this like an incel song, but I don't think that if it's that way. It's about moving on. It's about acceptance and being sad. The thing that makes me the saddest in this whole video is right at the end, IN's acting, where he like his like smile breaks for a second and he looks like he's about to cry, and I freak the fuck out anytime I see it. I'm just like, fuck no, god damn it, he looks so sad. It hurts me to my core. Like, why he looks so sad.
Yeah,
it's like yeah. The other ones, you know, like I like Sungmin's interpretation of it, because like he just looks like very stoic and alone and lonely, and he still looks sad, but like the way that he like is written on his face is like very well done. And Han looks like sad boy Han like most of the time, unless he's like yucking it up, so he just kind of like has to look into the camera and not smile, and he just already looks good. But just that moment where you see kind of like a little break in Ian's smile, and I'm already lost. I'm just like, protect him, how dare she pick out that ugly shirt. It was ugly.
Yeah, I couldn't, like, I another problem with watching or trying to feel all of the emotions in that video was that somebody in chat was like, that's an ugly shirt anyway. Just like...
yeah. A weird plaid dress. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that. Also, like the sweetest thing in the music video is when they're on the trip, they're on the bus, and Sungmin like pulls up her blanket. And it's just this like really sweet moment, and then like he just goes back to be by himself, like just satisfied that like he did something nice for her, and he's okay with that. I'm just like, Jesus. Yeah, it's sad. But okay, all right. Let's not talk about the concept. Let's talk about the skill. Okay, the vocals in this song are incredible. Okay, they are. I mean, this is after Love Poem, and Sungmin shows it.
Yeah,
like he hits high notes that are big and incredible. Like. So it is like a vocal treat, as well as, having all this meaning and stuff. You could, like, if you did just listen to it without watching the video, you would probably be like, damn, them vocals, right? Like, so good. Everybody's skills in this group are increasing. But like IN and Sungmin are just off the charts. It's incredible. I mean, Han is always good at high notes, but like IN and Sungmin have these like big full sounding voices that are it just stands out. It's really crazy. It's just, I don't know, beautiful. Beautiful song. Yeah. All right. So let's put the sad away. Tuck that away.
All right. We're done.
Let's talk about our happy
that.
boys. Let's talk about the happy boys. Team Glow.
Surfin.
It's all about healing. And so let's get healed, okay?
All right.
I want to go out healing.
We were sexy, then we were sad. Now it's time to get a tan.
That's right. I want to get cleansed by the sea breeze, okay? I want to live my life fully.
In a pool.
So, yeah. Can you teach me how to live my fully?
So I feel like they did some... I don't know if this was intentional, but they did some kind of Gangnam Style stuff with this music video.
Oh, you mean like them being like just being ridiculous, or?
Well, no, like so. You obviously we've all watched Gangnam Style, right? Like,
right.
We all are familiar with that music video. There are several scenes in that music video where it is depicting something extravagant, and then the camera kind of zooms out, or something happens to like reveal that what is actually happening is not extravagant.
Right. Yeah.
Like there's the scene where he's like sitting in a chair with sunglasses on, and then it pans out and he's just like at a playground or something, but like you thought maybe he was at like a resort. But and so they did that also in this one. in Surfin. They had like they had a background where it looked like he was
Lee No was against like a sunset,
right, like a sunset, but it was just like a canvas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I mean, everything in this music video was goofy. I mean, and I love that about it. They had, giant inflatable microphones. Lino was riding on an inflatable dinosaur. Like they had like a scene where they were underwater. They did, and they also had the whole staff dancing in the background during part of it. Like they wanted to make the fun video, and they brought it. Like they definitely did.
It was very sexy.
It was
In a fun
healing
way.
sexy. It was fun sexy.
Yeah.
It was blow up microphone sexy.
Yeah.
I liked in the behind the scenes when Felix and Changbin were like playing with the giant microphones, and then the director had his real microphone and put it next to theirs, like measuring them up. Like it was really funny. I don't know. It was something really cute about that. Somebody mentioned earlier that the director for these videos is, I don't know if he's gay or what, but he like is like somewhat outspoken about being a member of the LGBT community, and
I see.
like that is not common in Korea,
Right.
and I'm like, hats off to them, hats off to JYP for like working with him, because they've worked with them a lot.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome. So cool, great, good for him. I love that he's openly gay. Yeah, that's great.
In a society or culture that
Does not accept that.
Right.
Like 6 months ago, there was an idol. There's an idol who's openly gay who was beaten in the street, like assaulted for being gay. Like
wow.
in Korea. So like, I don't know. Like I feel like sometimes when we're involved in like K-pop and dramas and stuff, like it paints like a pretty rosy picture of the country that they're in. And I think living where we live, like you live in Florida and I live in Texas, like you kind of go like, it's not very great here. It must be better everywhere else. But like, sometimes it's fucked up other places too.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not the best here, but it's not. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not LGBT plus anything.
Right.
I'm fucking cis white straight male. So I
Right.
have no personal experience with anything that happens. Other than from what I hear, from the people that I do talk to, but it seems like it could be worse, right? Not that it's great, but it could be a lot worse, and probably is in some countries.
Well, probably isn't, different areas, different places. I mean, it's the visibility is getting better around the world, but yeah, obviously there's definitely some places, and sometimes you can definitely lull yourself into a false sense of security, especially when you're not in a member of one of those groups. Like even if you're trying to be an ally, sometimes you kind of accidentally turn a blind eye, and then something like that assault happens, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, like what the fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm super proud of Stray Kids for working with him, and JYP for, I mean, he's worked with Twice too. I mean, like, so awesome. Like it would be very easy for JYP, Mr. like my idols don't swear, when they obviously do. They swear all the time. But like he's like, and the guy who was like out there, giving sermons. He's Catholic. JYP is Catholic, and he was giving like a sermon on a Sunday when Bangchan was live on V Live. But like it's like it would be very easy to see him and his company not leading the way, and instead they are, and I think that's cool. So
yeah, that's good. I think it's important that you don't let your religion influence your business,
yeah,
or the business that you conduct with other people.
Yeah.
True. Which unfortunately sometimes happens even at my work.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
we had don't fucking.
I won't do it. I wasn't gonna finish it. I was not gonna finish it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. There was an incident involving somebody at work that there was a religious element in this thing that was happening, and I was like, that's fucking bullshit, you know.
Naturally, you're gonna be the one to speak up. That's your job.
100%. Yeah. And it's not that I am anti-religion. It's that I'm anti letting your fucking religion have anything to do with me, you know?
Right.
So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you spoke up about it. Hopefully they that shut it down.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Anyway.
Shut it down. Yeah, anyway.
Surfing was great. It was so fun, and
Surfing was so fun. And I love the, Benny's clean vocals, huh? They were pretty good. I love, he raps and uses vocal fry to like create these dynamic raps. Oh, yeah, I forgot that I was going to talk to you about this week because like I was listening back to the episode that has just released. So if you want to timestamp this episode, it's the one where we listen to all of the Skiz players, and you had asked like, I want to hear Changbin like kill it and like do like a really cool rap. And I had the thought as I was listening to it, because I've been listening to a lot of newer music. And first off, he does all the time. And you've heard lots of songs where he does. And I like to the point where like people who even like measure who raps the fastest count some of those songs we've already heard him do as some of his faster raps. So you've already heard that. But like what I thought of was like, Changbin fast rapping is not all that matters to him. Like he can do a fast rap, but he cares more about the power in his flow and the tone in his voice as he's rapping. And he uses those as tools effectively, even when he's being silly, like in Surfin. So I don't know. It's just different because like you can have, often we get like Changbin and Han back to back, and you'll have them both rap fast, but people will say like, and like people will praise Han because he's doing an awesome job, but like people will be like, man, like Benny is like the Venom rapper and blah blah blah. Like they talk about him as like this like idealized like amazing rap god, right? And I think that has to do a lot more with his style and the way he uses his inflection and his vocal fry,
right?
Which he didn't use when singing cleanly in Surfin', which was beautiful. I love it. We know as stays from all of the content that we watched with the Ninth and Fighting Stray Kids that like maybe like a baby stay may not have watched already, that he's a big goofball who loves to be silly.
Yeah.
And like, in the early days when he says that he wants to be like the cute member and do cute things because he wants to be fun and funny, like that's not an act. He's trying to be fun and funny and make the other people laugh and stuff. And so it's good to really see them in this video let it out. Lino too. I mean, like Lino's like the serious guy who would like, kill you with a stare, but in this, just is able to cut loose and be his silly self and turn into a cat at one moment. So that's perfect for him. Yeah. Love that. And I love his little solo, like the part that you were talking about where he's got the background behind him is just just a beautiful the tone of his voice. He's so good. He's so good. Yeah. Anyway, so I love Surfin'. When it first came out, when the actual album released, we went swimming with the kids at Jeanette's parents' house, and we like made her mom bring the home pod out and then put Surfin on repeat and got to go swimming while listening to Surfin, and it was so good. It was like the perfect experience, which is like, this is the greatest. I love it. It's so good. Yeah. We might go swimming tomorrow if Michelle's not sick. That's the curse of having a kindergartner. It's like every week you're like, am I going to get sick again?
Right.
Or am I going to be okay this time?
I was just going to say, it seems like somebody in your house is sick all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. That's exactly what seems to happen. Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? I mean, at least, we have, it's the start of the school year, so they're all going to get sick, and it's kindergarten, so they're not like being great about washing their hands. Although our teacher, we got like a newsletter, and the teacher did say like, I really appreciated this because we had no idea until like 2 days ago, but she sent a newsletter out that was like, yeah, we've had a lot of kids out over the last couple weeks, so because there's like a bug that's like running through kindergarten and everyone's getting sick. And I was like, oh, well, good. I didn't know that, and so I wasn't sure if like, is everyone sick or is it just my kid? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
But no, apparently there's like a bug. Everybody has it. Kids are out dropping like flies. So good. Like
dropping like flies.
Yeah, dropping like flies. From the classroom.
Yeah.
I'm not saying dying. Okay, come on, guys. Like,
yeah. No,
they're not in the
I
class.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been interesting, and yeah, like
There's kids dying left and right.
No. That would have been like last year. This year not so much, because they can actually get vaccinated. Yeah, so it's been interesting. So that was nice that we got to actually hear that other kids are getting sick. Also, it's not just an us thing.
Yeah, it's always good to have collective suffering instead of individual
exactly
suffering.
Yeah, no, it's true because like I just feel like our like we're doing our best, right? We're following the rules of like, you can't just like, if he's got a sniffle, you can't just keep him home, but like but if he has a fever, you can keep him home because he has to go to school or he will be truant if he misses too much school. Like,
truant.
So, it's like a thing.
See,
like,
but in an ideal society, if you have even the slightest chance that you could be contagious, you should not go to wherever it is you're supposedly supposed to go.
Yeah, and you should, if you have to go somewhere, you should probably wear a mask to keep your germs to yourself, because that's what like masks were best at.
Yeah.
But you know what? Logan was the only kid in his school wearing a mask, so
nice.
He's not really wearing a mask anymore. He just hasn't been. It's just like, it's hard, and like it's Texas. Thanks.
Yep.
He's like, he's wearing a cloth mask, which only keeps his germs to himself.
Right.
And he wears it all day if we give it to him. But like, I don't know, he was like sick and had a runny nose, and they were getting gross. And I'm like, well, I don't want him sitting in snot all day, so
right.
I'm just gonna let him not do that. So he just blow his nose when he has a runny nose, and then wash his hands. Like, it's fine. It's because there's no other, like, none of the other kids are protecting each other. So
right.
And them being in a room together for hours upon end, like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, it sucks. Like,
even if he were wearing like even an N95, it would be difficult to manage that because they're in a room together forever
for multiple hours.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, because even an N95, if you're in a room for like a long time, like, you can still get it. He's vaccinated.
I told you there was an investigation, right? Like, I was part of an investigation at work where they were like trying to figure out why there was such a massive spread of COVID like throughout our department. I
don't know if I heard the whole story. I mean, it was probably around the time when you got it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I had it, and I was home sick, but a bunch of people got it. And so, and one thing that we had asked, early on was, hey, if we follow all the rules, we do everything right, and a bunch of people get COVID, are you guys gonna like try to find out like why we got it and then punish us, or are you just gonna let us go home? And they were like, no, it won't be like that. And then sure as shit, 6 months later, there's a huge outbreak in our department and another department, the two departments that share an office together. And they're like launching an investigation to figure out what happened and why there was such a massive spread of COVID and potentially, punish people for it. And so I had to do an interview with the person that was, heading up the investigation. And they were like, why do you think, there were some events that occurred, but they were like, why do you think it happened? And I was like, have you ever walked into our office? Have you ever walked into the other office, the engineering office? Like there are so many people coming to work. Masks aren't going to cut it. We're all crammed into this fucking office. Someone is going to get sick, and then it's going to spread.
If you had active ventilation and filtering, maybe it would spread less. If they haven't.
The thing that I was stressing the most and I was the most upset about this factor was that this is when we had the barge, right? We didn't even have we weren't even fully spread out around the ship because we couldn't go to the ship. So we were all in the barge and we all were crammed into this tiny little office. And yet everyone was expected to come to work. We're talking 300 plus people, cramming themselves into this barge. And so I was like, what would probably help prevent this is if not everyone had to come to work, because I come to work for weeks. I was coming to work and doing nothing. I'd come to work. We'd sit in the office. We'd figure out something to do just to kill some time, just so that we could say we did something and go home. And that was completely unnecessary. If we'd have just, said, okay, these people need to come in to do these things on these days and split it up like that, probably would have never happened, right? There probably would have never been this big spread of COVID like there was. But instead they were like, nope, everyone come to work, everyone cram into the same fucking office, but wear your mask,
Yeah. Wow. That's stupid. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
bringing back the days of COVID. Not that they're gone.
They're not gone. Yep.
Yeah.
It's Stray Kids
Stray
podcast.
Kids.
So, okay, all right. So let me say this. This is the last thing I wanted to talk about as far as the some of the episode, or at least one of the things I wanted to make sure to bring up to the point where I wrote it down. When they were in episode 4, when they're all sitting around, slowly over the course of it, a bunch of the different members took the shirts off of the little skazoo stuffed animals and then put them on their hands like gloves.
Yeah.
Bang-chan was wearing one, and I think Changbin had one, and I was like, what the hell? That's so bizarre. Yeah. I don't know. And Felix did it eventually too. It was just so strange. But they're it's the chaos, right? They're gonna just do weird things, pull the shirts off their skazoos, which I don't know if you've looked at it, but you really got to stretch it to get it off of there because they have big heads.
Yeah. You can squish the heads in.
You can
Not
do
that
it.
I've ever tried this.
It takes a. Have you tried it?
No, I haven't, but I could try. I'll do it.
You don't have to.
Tell you what, I'll do it on cam the next time we record. Because we're going to be recording my reactions, right? So, or I'm going to be on the webcam showing my reactions. So I'll get it. It's sitting behind me. It's all the way on my little shelf in the back. So I can grab it and I can take his shirt off live.
There you go. All right. Well, let's see it. We'll see it. Other things. Okay. The behind the scenes of making the music videos, I didn't mention this earlier, but when they did Gone Away, there was 5 minutes where no one said any words. It was just shots of them walking around on the street where they had it set, and I was just like, man, they really needed to pad the time here.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking. It's just this kind of quiet moment of just 5 minutes of just video, just watching them on set. Like, whew, all right, great, cool, good stuff. Yeah, so that's
I'd rather have that than 5 minutes of nothing because they had to fill it with commercials.
well, true. Yeah, fair enough. Although maybe they'll do something with commercials at some point. They promote lots of stuff, so
Yeah.
who knows? But you know what? More power to them. More money to them. Really.
Like back when they were like, we should take a break. Nothing hits better during a break than a nice, refreshing Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Yeah. All the way back to the survival show.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, it was good. Love that. Yeah, it's great. Howl and Harmony was awesome. I loved seeing like them go through the whole process, split into units. I mean, it was like basically getting like another like unit series from the survival show, and I loved that. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, what'd you think overall after getting done with these 5 episodes?
All right, so top 3 red lights, Surfin, and then the other one was,
Gone Away.
Yeah, no,
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Nice. That's a good top 3, out of the 3 songs. I'm glad you
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, the incel song. I'm sure they didn't mean it that way, but that's the way that it kind of came off. So,
No, I get it. I no, at the time when it first released, I was like, I immediately had the emotional reaction, and then afterwards, when I was able to be more logical, I was like,
yeah, yeah,
but yeah. It's good.
It's
it is
romantic, kind of not.
It's one-sided romantic from a distance.
Yeah. Well, the music video anyway. The lyrics are a little bit different, but I still feel like you could interpret them as like a fantasy rather than what's actually happening.
That's true. And again, they try and write their things to fit multiple scenarios.
Yeah.
It's good. It is a vocally beautiful, amazing song. So like, even without the music video, I think that you can really enjoy it. So it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway. Okay. Well, next time, we are going to start Kingdom Week. We're going to watch the trailer for the next album, and we're gonna just make a podcast where we talk about it.
Yeah. We should try. I feel like we are interesting enough, and we have interesting enough conversations that we could probably host a podcast together.
No, what? You think so?
Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna go set up a website. I'm gonna call it makeastay.com. If you go to that, I've already done it. It's good to go now. If you go to
Wow, that was
Makeastay,
fast.
yeah, I'm quick. You didn't even hear me type.
Wow.
That's how quick I was. Yeah. If you go to,
Are we gonna do this joke twice in one episode? Yes, we are.
if you go to megastay.com, you could find all of the links to a podcast about stray kids called I'll Make a Stay Out of You. It's a podcast where my friend Philip introduces me, Thomas, into the K-pop group Stray Kids world, and
That's me.
Stray kids everywhere, all around the world.
All around the world. You make stray kids stay.
Hooyah.
You make stay.
I can't believe I said
Did
that.
you say booyah? Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Please cut that.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.